Example 14, solve the linear system when it's in word problem form. First thing we want to do is read the word problem. So we have Carlos and Trayvon each improved their yards by planting daylilies and ivy. They bought their supplies from the same store. Carlos spent $85 on 11 daylilies and 1 pot of ivy. Trayvon spent $166 on 10 daylilies and 12 pots of ivy. What's the cost of 1 daylily and the cost of 1 pot of ivy? Okay, so what we want to do is highlight key information. So we know that Carlos spent $85 on 11 daylilies and 1 pot of ivy. Trayvon spent $166 on 10 daylilies and 12 pots of ivy. What they're asking us is for the cost of 1 daylily and the cost of 1 pot of ivy. So now you write down what your variables are. So D is the cost of a daylily, and I will be the cost of a pot of ivy. And then you set up your equation. So we know Carlos has an equation and Trayvon has an equation. So the equation is 11D plus 1I equals 85. And then Trayvon, 10D plus 12I equals 166. So now we have to solve this system. Easiest way to solve the system is by elimination. I'm going to eliminate the I, so I'm multiplying the top equation by negative 12. And you multiply the top equation by negative 12. I have negative 12 times 11, which is negative 132 minus, negative 132D minus 12I equals negative 12 times 85, which is negative 1020. And the bottom equation just stays how it is. So I have to add the two equations. So I have negative 132 plus 10D is negative 122D. 12I minus 12I cancels out. And then I have negative 1020 plus 166, which is negative 854. I have to get D by itself, so I divide both sides by negative 122. So the cost of 1 daylily is $7. Okay, and then I have to plug the 7 back in. It's one of the two equations to find out the cost of a pot of ivy. So I'm going to do it to the top. So I have 11 times 7 plus 1I equals 85. 11 times 7 is positive 77. Subtract 77 on both sides. So 1 pot of ivy equals 85 minus 77 is $8. And those